Hey guys, what's up? This is Mark Walsh. It is Thursday morning, about 10 a.m. here at McMurdo. I've been reading your letters and emails and saw a lot of questions about what it is exactly that I do as a weather observer here and what type of tools we use to do our job. So I thought I'd bring you on top of the weather office and show you where we do our observing from and some of the instruments that we use to do it. First off, as a weather observer, we observe the weather, obviously, and we use a number of different tools to do that. Some of the observing we do with our own eyes. We come out here and we look up at the sky and we see what the clouds are doing, what the sky looks like, if it's raining or not raining, but if it's snowing or not. Other observations are made using actual equipment. You'll see one piece of equipment over here, which is a weather station. This is a temperature relative humidity probe that tells the temperature and dew point and then can compute the humidity from that. We've got a anemometer up there, which is what it's called. It measures wind speed and direction. We've got a couple transmitting antennas there, and that gives us a lot of the data that we include in our weather observations. But that can only do so much. And so a lot of the data we also have to take with our own eyes. I'm going to show you a quick view of the horizon here. Coming along, and we use a lot of geographical markers to do our weather observation. What you're looking at right there is Ob Hill. It's about 750 feet tall. Since we know the height of the mountain, we can use that to determine some of the heights if we have some low clouds, typically in bad weather. Coming across the horizon, you will see that island right there. Let's zoom in for you. Is called Black Island. It's about 3,500 feet tall, and you can see that the top of it is barely covered in clouds, and we'll use that information to determine the heights of clouds subsequently. You can see over here Mount Discovery. If you could see the whole thing, it would be about 8,500 feet tall. Of course, you've got that cloud layer right about 3,500 feet. Same one that's covering the top of Black Island. We've got Brown Peninsula there, and then coming over to our right, we've got what's called the Royal Society Mountains. Those are about 13,000 feet tall. And you can see the weather's kind of clearing up as we go along the horizon. We've had a pretty bad snowstorm tonight. You can see a lot of the snow is accumulated on the handrails and whatnot. But this is where we get a lot of our information from. We use the geography of the region to tell the heights of the various clouds. We can look at the clouds and tell their type, and so that gives us a pretty good picture of what's going on as far as the sky condition goes. We've also got a few other instruments up here that we use and the forecasters use. You can see these big white golf ball looking things are actually satellite receivers, and we've got 1, 2, and then a third one way down there that we use to get information from various satellites. We only have about 19 hours of satellite coverage here per day, which makes a forecaster's job a little harder because they can't see what's going on from space. We also do not have radar, which also makes their job difficult. But I'm walking you down now. Excuse the camera, the tripod's getting caught on the on our boardwalk here to show you our snow gauge. And you may have seen one of these before. I came and checked it a little while ago before the last stop, and it's basically a bucket. It's got a hole in the bottom, and the snow falls in there, and we take that bucket and we melt the snow out of it, and we measure the amount of melted water. And basically that the amount of melted water allows us to get an idea of how many inches of snow fell. There's not a really good spot here to literally measure snow depth. There's so many obstructions around. There's not really a good place to have what's called a snow board for the snow to fall on, that it won't be messed up by any of the buildings or surroundings or anything like that. So what we have to do to measure inches of snow is we first melt the water, and then based on a formula on how much water we have and what the air temperature is, we can then estimate how many inches of snow fell. And you'll you may or may not know this. If you didn't, you and Ms. Hastes can talk about it. But there is a relationship on air temperature and the amount of water that the air can hold. If you don't know that, maybe you guys can look it up or talk about it. But that's how we determine how much snow fell, is by melting the water, looking at the temperature, and then putting into a formula which tells us how many inches of snow. While we're here, might as well give you a quick look at McMurdo from on top of the roof. You can see over here we've got the uppercase dorms. I live in the third one from the left, dorm 207. We've got some other dorms over here, some other uppercase dorms. We've got that big blue building is our cafeteria. This brown building here is called the JSOC building. I actually don't know what they do in there, but you can also see other parts of town. We've got the carp shop up there and the science support building. So it's pretty. Got the fuel tanks way up there, but this is pretty much what we look at from up here as our job as a weather observer. So hopefully that will, or has given you a little bit better idea of what our job is here, what tools we use to do our job, and let me know if you guys have any more questions. Definitely looking forward to some more notes and emails. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.